Hi, today I'm going to show you how to do the oil change and the spark plug change for the 2012 Honda CBR 125R. For today, the oil change and spark plug change, the tool we need 5mm Allen key or the adapter with the extensions with a small wrench, and also we need a short length Phillips screwdriver. So we can able to remove the bottom Phillips screw of the bottom bearing. The sockets, 17 socket, we need to remove the oil jet plug with this wrench, and also we need a torque wrench to able to put back the oil jet plug and the spark plug. And for the spark plug to remove and put back, we need to using 5/8 spark plug socket and with an extension, and also we need a spark plug gap gauge to check the spark plug, the gap, and make sure it's within tolerance. For today, we need a 1 liter motorcycle engine oil, 10W40, and 4-stroke motorcycle engine oil. And I use a full synthetic oil. And we also need a spark plug. We only need one. For this engine, only one spark plug. Today I am going to replace with a CRAEIX NGK. And the standard one is NGK CRAE. Let's get started. The oil jet plug just right below of this crankcase there, and we have to remove this plastic panel first. And to remove this panel, we have to take out this bowl and also this bowl. Inside right there is very difficult to access, and also there's at the bottom there's a Phillips screw head at the bottom we have to remove. And to be able to get access this bowl here, we have to take this piece fairings out of the weight to get more room, so the driver can get inside there to take out the bowl. For remove the side fairing, we have to remove this bowl right here, and the bowl right here, and another bowl right here. After we remove this V-bowl, and we can pull the fairing out. So I'll just show you how to remove the fairings here. So the bowl already removed, 3 bolts there. One's there, one's up here, one is on the other side, right here. And just straight in, just slowly. Let's keep here. In the middle. Just right here. Just slow it, otherwise it will break the tip and that will be a problem. Popped up. Very simple. There's one more at the end. There we go. So when you remove this fairing and you remove the signal light cable here, there's a connector here, and then the side fairings is off. So to able to remove the bottom piece and do the oil change and spark plug. After we remove the fairing, the side fairing and the bottom fairing, we can able to access the bottom, the drag oil plugs, and also the spark plugs. We are going to change it. So this is combustion washer. Usually after oil change, I will replace a brand new one because I don't want to tie it back in and it will cause leakage. So usually I will replace the new ones. And you have to also open the cap to release the pressure so the oil can drip down easily. So now the bike is sitting on sideways, so I will move the bike into the perpendicular position or either facing my sides angles. Make the oil drip down completely from the engine case. But don't go too much further, otherwise the bike will fall down and it may cause a problem. So as you can see, oil is coming out. After all the oil coming out, and we clean up the drag plug and put the new washer in to the bottom, and then we fill up with the brand new oil. Now we have to clean our drag bowl to make sure all the threads doesn't have any dirt or sand or whatever particles on the thread. So we don't want to strip the crankcase at the bottom of the thread. So make sure it's nice and smooth when you go back in by hand. So we don't want, this is old one, you can see this have been compressed, so I don't want to use the old one to put it back in and causing leakage. So I will put the brand new one in there. We also need to clean the engine's cases, the contact area of the washers, because if you got some stone, whatever, sand, it doesn't compress properly and we're causing leaking. So make sure we're using the cloth or whatever paper towel to make sure the surface in contact with the washer, make sure it's nice and flat. And just clean it up a little bit. The drag plug is clean, all the thread is nice and smooth, and no particle on the thread. And we put the new compression washer gaskets and go to the engine case. And please using by hand tie it first, so it won't have a cotton thread problem. If you're using by hand, and the thread should be nice and smooth all the way the engine's case, and make sure the combustion washer, the gasket is nice center position, and that gives us better sealing and without any leak. And now we can use a torque wrench to tighten up. Today I'm going to put Moto 300V 10W40 4-stroke full synthetic engine oil, motorcycle engine oil, go into the engine. And if you don't know what kind of engine oil go into your motorcycle, please check with your manual, and also you can give a phone call to the local dealer, and they will tell you what exactly engine oil go in the motorcycle. Please do not put the car engine oil go in the motorcycle, because the car engine oil is designed different compared to the motorcycle, because the motorcycle engine oil, it also deal with the clutch and decide differently and 4-stroke, and if you put in car engine oil, it may causing damage of your engine, and your engine may have a problem, and you may end up with replacing the engine. So make sure you put the white oil into your motorcycle engine. One liter should be able to do the job, and just don't put all the way the full product in first, and just leave some, and we start the engine and we tip it up. For checking your motor oil levels, after you add your motor oil into the engine, and make sure your bike have to be perpendicular, 90 degrees. So this is the accurate reading, because the bike is lean on one side, so even you fill it up and it will be causing overfilling, so it has to be checked. So this is really good level, oil level. See? So please do not overfill the airway here, otherwise it will causing the engine problem. If you did the overfilling the engine oil, and just release the drag plug and drag some oil out, and then tighten up again. To don't start the engine with the overfilled engine oil or not enough oil. Make sure it's in the range of the stick you can see. Okay. now the engine oil is done, and now because the fairings already opened up, we should also replace the spark plug at the same time, or just check the spark plug if it's in good condition. You don't need to replace it, and it's good time to do right now. And also this engine only one spark plug, so very cheap to replace it, even it's only maybe $10, $20, and just replace it. Just feel bad. To remove this spark plug, we have to pull the wire out, the spark plug wire out. Be careful, just slowly and twist a little bit, gently pull it out. Remove the wire first, and then now we use the spark plug socket to remove the spark plug. This is a spark plug socket. So standard spark plug is a CRAD. So I'm going to replace another spark plug. If you feel comfortable with your old spark plug, you should check the gap. If the gap is not within the tolerance, we need to gap it. Just this is the gauge for testing the gap appearance of the spark plug, and according to the manual, and should be 0.028 inches, which means 0.028 to 0.031 inches. So now I put in the 0.028. So it should go in, and you can see 0.030, you can go in. If I put in the 0.031, perfect. 0.32, it doesn't go in. So this spark plug still in good conditions. Or if you see that it's very dark, so you can use the wire. Brush wire to clean it and put it back. And you can see there's a paper cone there. This is to protect the spark plug, so won't be able to damage and be able to change the gap of the spark plug. This is already gap, so if you want to make sure this spark plug, the gap clearance, and just using the spark plug gauge, double check before you go in the engines. So now I just double check the new spark plug the gap. So I put 0.028 inches, so it does go in, and I tried 0.031. Here you go. And it doesn't go in. That means this is a good gap in between the tolerance. So the millimeter is 0.787, so it doesn't go in. So this is a very good spark plug gap. So it's already gap, it's ready to go in the engine. And this is the old spark plug and a standard spark plug. And as you can see at the end, it doesn't have a nut here. And the new ones, you can see it has a nut. So what happened, we have to remove it and before we go in the engine. And what happened is if you don't remove it and the spark plug wire and the plug and doesn't connect properly, and then we cannot start the engine and we have to remove the cap. And very easy, simple to remove it. And check with the, when you buy the spark plug, and there's some permanent, the end nut cannot be moved. And for the NGK, usually they decide it can be removed the end nut. So now you can see it is same as the old one, and it's ready to go in the engine. So just make sure the contact area is clean, everything clean before you go into the engine. And when you go in the engine, just make sure using by hand, tight. If you do use by hand tight at first, and you're just using the wrench, and it may causing the crossing thread, the spark plug to the engine case, and it will damage the engine case, and then we have a big problem. And this is really expensive to replace the engine case. And now you just we just tie it by hand all the way down, check everything, and then we use the torque wrench to torque it, tighten up that. And the socket I'm using is a 5/8 spark plug socket. That's it. And now we put the spark plug wire. Just make sure nice and straight in all the way down, and just gentle. As you can see right now, and the spark plug wire boot is all the way down to the spark plug right there. So it's no gap, it's perfectly all the way down, and now it's good contact and ready to go to start fire the engine. Now we start the engine. Nice and smooth. New engine oil with a new spark plug. And just to keep the engine one couple minutes, and to check the engine oil level again, and make sure everything is right on the level and also without any leaking. And then we can put the fairing back on. So everything's fine. It's very good condition right now. A new engine oil and with a new spark plug. And now we just put back the fairing back on, and the order will be reverse order what we are doing before. And we put back the side bottom work first, and then the side. Okay. The job is done, so now it's ready to go for test drive. And just want to mention this motorcycle, CBR 125R. Doesn't have an oil filter, but it has a small oil screens inside the crankcase, and usually we don't really need to change that screen there. If we need to change it, it's about 20,000 kilometers, and then that's the time to change the small screen inside the crankcase. To change that small screen, we have to remove this bowl and take out everything. I think that is the time you're doing the touch. That's the good timing to doing the oil screen at the same time. That's the best way. So don't worry about the that screen there for oil change. So usually it's a kind of a long distance of a riding, and then you need to change that small screen inside the tank case. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time. Thank you.